and high. Yeah, I think with both those teams, it's going to be quite a physical start and fast start, and I think that's what we got that first half and a lot of the second half for that matter. I thought we defended really well. I thought we continued to sort of move and tackle well, and I thought it was a really good performance. And then we carried the ball well, and we chanced our arm at different things. Some of it didn't come off, but enough of it did for us to get those points. And so it was a really good start. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Ted, he's not going to come out and talk a lot and try and make excuses and this and that, and he's going to perform to his ability and show that was form, not a new place where his career was going to sit. He was going to say, no, I may not have been happy with some parts of it, but I'm going to train hard. I'm going to get back in early compared to what I'm supposed to, and I'm going to train hard and play well. And so that's what Ted's done since the end of the season, and came back in before Christmas. And then you get those rewards, and we saw that tonight. So real credit to him.
Yeah. It was my longest preseason I've had in a couple of years. A couple of years sort of had stem cells, are coming back late, and I've sort of just been having a couple of weeks under my belt before starting the season. So I wanted to get in earlier and just get my body right, get physically fit, strong and fast. So that's like Robert said, I just know to work hard, and I can, once I put that work in, I can go out and play my footy. So I'm happy with the start. There's obviously some improvements as well, but I'm just happy with how the team performed, because we all put in a lot of work over the pre-season. Every session we're working hard, and to have a performance like that, start the year against Brisbane, it's pretty confidence boosting. Yeah, it was good to soak up at the end. I think the build up and everyone talking about it externally, you don't want to put too much thought into it. You just want to go out and play your game and hopefully win and win the game. So after the game, just looking around and knowing the Super Bowl was here a couple of weeks ago, the stadium we're in Vegas, was pretty cool to soak up and enjoy the win.
Joey Manu fleet fast. I thought at this stage, same form that the two famous fastest thrown 2 weeks ago. It's big play stuff.
Yeah, it was. I didn't realise it was that corner, but Joey Manu, he was here to play tonight. I'm glad, Tyrell and him had the baby possibly a day later, and he wouldn't have been here, and he played tonight, and I love that. Yeah, I think we all love that. We could put that skill on show, and Joey's one of those top % sort of guys that can do that and pull it off, and it was a nice place to do it.
The Roosters have traditionally been slow starters. You had all of your sort of key players scoring tonight as you game Brandon Smith, so all those key positions.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things, I sort of openly spoke about us having a good sort of reflection on ourselves at the end of the year. We shifted. We had Simon Jones come in as head of performance from New Zealand, who's been exceptional for these guys, as well as a couple of the other performance guys have been. They've been on point and pushing us. We had to change our training system a bit as well, and it's not about the start of the year; it's about doing the whole year right. So, that's one game, but it was a credit to those guys and to our training throughout the pre-season that we could start the season like that.
You worked a bit more on maybe the captain. You're very, usually focused.
No, I don't. We haven't leaned towards one or the other. We've just we've changed the way that we go about our training a bit. Which sort of has had a huge difference on our combinations tonight. The confidence and discipline that they went into tonight's game with was evident just through a few changes, and it's credit to the staff at the end of the season and then the players for coming back in and knuckling down to it.
Was that me? Oh.
Yeah, I've heard of it like you guys have, so there's no comment from me about it because I can't have any opinion on it. I don't know what happened.
Kevin Wolf has just said he was adamant, Ezra was racially abused, they've made a formal complaint to the NRL, but do you, obviously wouldn't condone any sort of...
Kevy was adamant.
Yeah, well he said Ezra was adamant. That he was
Right, so Ezra's adamant, not Kevy.
Yeah, but Ezra's obviously spoken to Kevy about it.
Right, yeah, so, that doesn't mean it's right. He obviously made the complaint, but that doesn't mean that it's right. It'll go through the formal process as it should.
Have you spoken to Ezra about it?
No, I haven't spoken to him. I spoke to him about the game, but not that.
James, can I ask about Joey? How close was he to actually not literally one day away from...
Yeah, pretty much. We weren't sure if he was going to come or not, depending on when he had the baby and and when he was going to leave to come over. So it was only a couple of days after he flew over, and he only had a couple of sessions with us to sort of get ready for the game. But Joey's just a footy player. Doesn't take him too much. Just get his hands on the ball and he can create something out of nothing, which is what he did tonight. So yeah, we're very lucky to have him over here and play the way he did.
Did you have a day in mind that was a talent that you wouldn't be able to play? Or you just open up the bracket, has he had it yet?
Well, we actually we spoke if it was born on the Saturday. If the little girl was born on the Saturday, then he was going to come, and if it was born on the Sunday, he wasn't. We spoke with the performance team, and then early hours of Saturday morning, the baby was born. So it's her first win as well.
How would you describe the overall Vegas experience?
Yeah, it's been, I've had some. What have we had? Maybe 3 sort of Paris to Wigan, and then Barcelona to St Helens. Yep. And they've been incredible trips because you got to find a balance between getting the social right and enjoying each other's company and enjoying a new environment and locking into training well and performing well. And then this was a big stage for rugby league, and we felt we wanted to be a part of that. It was one of the best footy 10 days that I've spent. It was great to hang out with these guys outside of an office setting, which coaches don't always get to do, and then just to be here and in Vegas, and as I said, one of the biggest cities in the world, most iconic cities in the world for the sort of the playground, and now becoming sport, and for us to play here, it's just so great. It's I think we're all interested in what's going to come of this weekend, and how do we quantify what we got out of this weekend, but to continue that and say, no, we're going to have a crack on the world stage. It's a really nice thing from the NRL to do, and then we got to have a great 10 days and enjoy it as well.
Well, the chairman's come out and said he wants to come back next year. As a coach, do you want to come back next year? And second part, do you think it's fair if one of these teams who played this year gets a go again?
I think it's absolutely fair that we get the chance to come back again next year. I think it's about, we've got to export our game, and I think Nick's never been shy in saying, no, we feel like we represent the game of rugby league well, and if that's a choice, then we would like to do that because, we think Sydney and we represent Sydney, and it can represent the world stage. I think it's a really strong brand in the game. And if that goes in that way, where that's open, then we'd love to do it. If it doesn't and it rotates, then definitely we understand that as well.
And knowing the importance of that, and particularly in this market, how did you get that balance between saying that this is just another game and saying to players, embrace this experience?
Yeah, it's about rising to the occasion as well. You can't spend days in LA and Vegas and just imagine you're at home. You've got to look around and say, how good's this? But you can learn from these places like this. We got to spend some really good time with people in LA that open your mind up to what's possible, and that was really special about what they've done in a world market, in business. So that was really good. And then to come to Vegas and look around, you can't. It is the big show, and you don't shy away from that. If you want to have a big show at the end of the year, then you have to, it's pretty early on to do it, but embrace it as well, and then learn how to deal with the fun and excitement, but also how to deliver on a big stage. If we get practice at that, then that's a great thing.
Robbo, did you feel the game today delivered on the big stage? Like, you kind of had two varying games. One was sort of very expansive and a lot of points scored, and then probably a bit more brutal rugby league that we sort of like to promote. Like, did you sort of feel that the mix was right?
Yeah, I was in and out of the first game, but obviously a lot of tries, and I can imagine they were quite open and spectacular. So I think that's a great thing. And then I thought the physical contact and the continuity of the footy that us and Brisbane played was quite high for a round one or at any stage. So I thought there was a really good balance there. Yeah, and I'm interested, like everyone else, about. Sure, we enjoyed it, but I wonder what people that haven't seen it before, whether they're going to enjoy it.
Trent, I think everyone in the Roosters obviously wants Joey to stay. Everyone in rugby league from a great start in their game. I know you've been quoted saying indicated that he probably will leave. Has that stance changed at all? Is there more renewed optimism that maybe?
No, it's all been on hold there with obviously the baby coming, and I spoke to him probably 2 weeks ago about it, or what did we leave, 10 days ago, probably 3 weeks ago about it. And I don't think it's going to change because Joey's not making it on a whim. You know, he's thought about it. And so I've just stepped back, make sure he's open with me about what he's thinking. And if that changes, I'll be doing cartwheels, you know. But that he hasn't indicated that at the moment. But, you know, for us, we're leaving. We haven't talked to anybody. We haven't sort of done anything because we want to leave that door open, but there's no pressure from us.
James, how would you sum up what all this means to the players and how to think about the sport and the sport?
Yeah, it's just a surreal experience. I think we enjoyed our time in LA, but I think coming here, seeing all the fans, seeing how the game's been promoted over here, it's pretty special. As Robbo said, I hope Americans really like the product of both games. I hope they can support it in the future, and who knows where it's going to go after this. So I'm just happy we could come over here and get a win and enjoy ourselves and build on our season for me.
Coming from as a high school rugby coach here in the States, and probably one of the only Americans in here right now. So do you feel like hopefully that having the NRL out here in Vegas, do you think it'll be a good push to the upcoming generations to really open up to NRL?
Yeah, I hope the game can grow over here. There's such a big market over here, and I know all Americans love their sport, so this is another sport that they can hopefully get around and enjoy. And I was speaking to Puka Nakua out there, actually a Rams NFL superstar, and he loved it. So I think that's a good indicator. Hopefully a lot of Americans and other sports stars enjoyed the product as much as he did.
I think for us too, it's not, we're big NFL fans, but we don't think about playing it, or my kids don't think about playing it, but they all watch it. And I think because of the way that the sport's played, you want it to grow on the ground and you want them to play, but you also just want them to watch it. If we can expand into, a small market over here and they want to watch the game because it is different and it is physical, that would be a big jump for us. Yes, yeah. There's no. It's an easy place to keep them in. No, we'll stick together. I think the boys are chain smokers tonight for us. So.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Well,
somewhere else.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure.
We won't. We'll talk about it later. But we'll all do it together. We started together, and we'll enjoy Vegas. We asked the boys to lock it down there for 10 days, and we trust everybody. Everyone's, half of them don't drink and some of them do, but, enjoy your wins, enjoy the place that you're in. We trust everybody and, let's enjoy it together. Thanks.
Thank you.
What options in Vegas?